This video tutorial will walk you through how to set up your TWU account. This is intended for Summit Pacific students who have never taken a course at Trinity or who have taken a course at Trinity but not within the last 6 months because the way that we log in has now changed recently, or students who were able to log in recently but for some reason seem unable to log in now. And so you will have received the link to this article in your course start email. So you just have to click on the link and you can walk through the instructions. So I'm just going to walk through them with you on this tutorial. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click here where it says click here, and you'll end up on this page. So once you're on this page, you can click forgot password. Once you click forgot password, you'll end up on this page. And so you might get confused because it'll say, please enter your email address or student ID to change your password. So you likely won't know your student ID, so you can use your email address. Now, when they say email address, it's typically your summitpacific.edu email address. So for example, I put priscilla.toteta@summitpacific.edu. You typically put your first name, last name at summitpacific.edu. And then you'd click change password. Now, I actually don't have a Summit Pacific email address, and so you'll see this error message, we cannot find that email address. And so if this happens to you after you put in your Summit Pacific email address, maybe the email on file for you isn't your Summit Pacific. It typically is, but in the chance that it isn't, you can try putting in a personal email address that you may have been using to communicate. So for example, I'll do one of my personal email addresses, and then you can click change password. And once you do so, you'll end up on this page where it'll say confirm password recovery request. So if you see this green text, this means that the email that you entered is in our system, and you might have to wait a little bit, but it'll eventually show up in your email inbox. So typically your SPC, your Summit Pacific inbox, but if that doesn't work, you can try a personal email address. And so now you just need to go to your email inbox, so your Summit Pacific or your personal, and you'll get this message where it'll say you made a request to change your password. This is what your username is, so this is how you know what you'll be using for all TWU resources. Your student ID number, which you probably won't need, and then it'll say please click here to update your password. So you can click on the link, it'll open up, and they'll say new password, retype your password, so just enter a password and click change password. And just remember to look on the side, it needs to be at least 8 characters long and have 3 of the 4 following kind of characters. So make sure you've set that up correctly, and then you can click change password. So after you've changed your password, what you now have to do is go back to the sign-in page, okay? And you need to put in your username. So your username, as we remember, was in the email that you got. So your username, just to note, it will never, this is in the article as well, it will never be your student ID number or your SPC ID number or your personal email address or your SPC email address. You cannot log in to our TWU resources using a personal email address or your SPC email address. They will not work. The only time you are using your SPC email address is to reset your password or your personal if your SPC doesn't work. Otherwise, you are always using to log into any TWU resources your TWU account, which is your first name, last name at mytwu.ca. Okay? So we'll go back. So you know your username's here. So you're going to enter your username and you're going to enter the password that you just set. Okay? So type that in, and then you're going to click sign in. And now, after you've done that, all you have to do is wait. So like the article says down here, your TW account is now set up. Please first wait an hour and then see below. So you won't be able to do anything for an hour. You're going to need to wait. And once you've waited that hour, just for everything to be set up in our system, you can scroll down to the list of services and resources. Now, the ones that you use most frequently will be Moodle and the library. And so for Moodle, if you click on this link, you'll end up at this page. And remember, you're not signing in with your Summit Pacific email or a personal email. It has to be your MyTW email, as it says up here. Please use firstname.lastname@mytw.ca to log in. Now, if you haven't waited an hour, you're not going to be able to log in. So once you've waited that hour, after setting your password, you can go down here. You'll see a page like this. I'll show you like this. And you're going to enter your MyTW email address. And then you're going to put in the password that you set. And you're going to click sign in. Once you do so, you'll end up on the Moodle homepage if you clicked on Moodle. And you can use the exact same information to access library resources. And if you have any problems doing so, please feel free to click here. And once you click there, you'll see a form and you can fill out the form and you can get IT help.